Hey, what's going on, guys? Andrew here, back with another video. Minecraft 1.21 has come with a lot of really cool updates, but one of my favorite things so far has been the crafter. With the addition of the crafter, I wanted to show you today my updated automated kelp farm. Alright guys, for those of you who don't know, kelp is one of the most helpful items that I've used, and I try to use it in every Minecraft world that I have. So if you actually look underwater, this is what it looks like. You can harvest it, and if you break it at the very bottom, it all breaks, but then you won't be able to regrow it. So I would recommend just cutting it below, but not all the way at the bottom. And by making with 9 dry kelp in a crafting table, you can make a block of dry kelp. And that, when used as fuel to burn something in a furnace or a smoker, can burn up to 20 items. One block can burn up to 20 items. Compare that to coal, where only one piece of coal burns 7 items. So kelp is really useful. Alright guys, to start things off, I'm going to start by building their crafter. The new item, the crafter, on top of solid block. So the crafter is side specific, similar to observer. So these sides are kind of the input where things can come in, and this face is the front. And after you actually craft something, this is the side that it's gonna come out of. So it's gonna spit it out of here. So what I would recommend is just placing a chest directly on the front. So you don't even need a hopper to transfer it from the crafter to the chest. It'll automatically go in, which I think is awesome. Alright, here we have our smoker. Alright. Once we have our chest, once we have our chest here, we can go ahead and input our kelp. It's going to get pulled through the chest into the hopper. And then the hopper is going to automatically fill up the smoker. So in the beginning, you are going to need some other sort of fuel source like coal. We'll go ahead and start actually smoking them. In the crafter, you're not going to touch anything because you want all 9 of these to be filled up. All right. Now to actually make a redstone clock where we can continuously power the crafter, it really gets into the redstone science of things. I'm not an expert. Through a little bit of online help and just research of me playing with the crafter, I figured out how to do a very simple auto build for the kelp. So I would start by placing a comparator like this. The side that's flashing is right next to the crafter, and the single side is away. So depending on how many blocks you actually have with an item in it or blocked off, controls what the redstone signal displayed from the crafter is. So with all of the slots open, it's gonna automatically transfer a signal of 9. So we're gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that's gonna go into a solid block. All right, and you can see the actual power on the crafter. And you can see we already have 1 dry kelp block. So as your kelp gets smoked in the smoker and it sends down and it starts to fill this up, you can actually take everything out. If you let it overfill in the beginning, it's kind of weird. But you can see as that last piece came in, it instantly left and went in it to the chest. All right, and just to show you kind of more of a visual representation, go ahead and place some more kelp in. Go ahead and place some more kelp in. And then we're going to go ahead and place some more redstone. And then we're going to go ahead and place some more redstone. And then we're going to go ahead and place some more redstone. And then we're going to go ahead and place some more redstone. And then we're going to go ahead and place some more redstone. And then we're going to go ahead and place some more redstone. And then we're going to go ahead and place some more redstone. And then we're going to go ahead and place some more redstone. And then we're going to go ahead and place some more redstone. And then we're going to go ahead and place some more redstone. And then we're going to go ahead and place some more redstone. And then we're going to go ahead and place some more redstone. And then we're going to go ahead and place some more redstone. And then we're going to go ahead and place some more redstone. And then we're going to go ahead and place some more redstone. And then we're going to go ahead and place some more redstone. And then we're going to go ahead and place some more redstone. And then we're going to go ahead and place some more redstone. And then we're going to go ahead and place some more redstone. And then we're going to go ahead and place some more redstone. It's pulling it from the chest, smoking it, bringing it into the crafter, and this small clock here is just continuously powering the crafter over and over. So then, as you make dried kelp blocks, you can use them to smoke more kelp. And as this fills up, as soon as it gets completely filled up with all 9 slots, it's going to throw out a dry kelp block, just like that. By placing the chest on the front, the items, instead of getting thrown onto the ground, get automatically thrown into the chest. So this is super useful, especially if you live near an ocean biome and have kelp right outside. But if you don't, if it's not near you and you don't want to travel around, sometimes the wandering villagers actually have kelp as a trade. So you can buy it, plant it in any like pond, lake, whatever, ocean, and start growing it. Through this setup, by making these dry kelp blocks, you can pretty much have an unlimited fuel source. So as you're making food, as you're smelting iron, you come back from the mines, dry kelp block is extremely efficient at being a fuel source. So you kind of create a cyclic process where it only takes 9 dry kelp to make a block, and then 1 block of dry kelp can cook 20 kelp to make 20 dry kelp, which makes over 2 blocks then. So every 1 block makes over 2 blocks. You can just continue to go and make as many blocks as you want and have pretty much an unlimited fuel source. Alright guys, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. Feel free to drop a like and a sub. And I'll see you next time. Bye.